Hi, my name is Sebastian from codingthesmartway.com, and today in this video I'm going to show you how to integrate material design components with your Vue.js 2 application. And we will do so by building a simple sample application I'll show you in a minute. And we will use a library called Vue-material, and with that library we can easily integrate material design components in your Vue.js 2 application and make use of those components within your templates. So let's get started. Okay, so let's first take a look at the sample application we are going to build in this tutorial, and you will see it here. So it's just a very basic application, just showing you how to integrate material design components in your Vue.js 2 application. And as you can see here, our user interface is very simple. We are using various material design components here to build up the user interface. We have a card here which is containing all the elements, two buttons and a table here, and by using those two buttons we can first click on fill table, and you see here the table is filled with three data items, and we can use the other button, clear table, to just remove the items from the table. And yeah, that's basically all we are going to build, because the main aim of this tutorial is to show how to use Vue material as a library to integrate material design in your Vue.js application. So the first step we're going to complete is to first set up a new initial Vue.js 2 project. Okay, so let's start. Initializing a new Vue.js application is very easy by using the Vue CLI, the command line interface, and the Vue command line interface gives you access to a command which is named Vue, and we can use that command to pass a few parameters here. We say init, and then we say webpack, because we want to use the Vue.js 2 project template, which is based on webpack, and then specify the name of the project. So let's call it Vue.js MD for material design. Okay, now you can see here a few questions coming up here on the command line. But I can just leave most of the answers to the default which is given here. So project name, project description is default, author is default, the Vue build option, I choose runtime and compiler. I do not want to use ESLint here in my project because we want to keep things simple. I do not want to set up unit tests with Karma and Mocha, so no. And I do not want to have end-to-end testing integrated here, so again, no. So that's all. Now you can see it here. A new folder has been created, Vue.js-MD, and I can switch into that folder now. And to complete the setup of the project, I now need to execute npm install, because executing this command makes sure that all the needed dependencies, which are already listed in the package.json file here within the project folder, are downloaded and installed into our project. So let's execute npm install, and it takes a second to download everything and install it here. Okay, here we are. You can see all the dependencies have been downloaded and installed successfully to our project. And now, just to make sure that everything is running, we can start up the development server by entering npm run dev. And that's starting up the development server and opening up our Vue.js application in the browser automatically here on port 8080. And so here it is loaded. You can see that's the output of the default Vue.js application. And now we can start with first integrating the Vue material library, which gives us access to the material design components, and then use those components in one of our components and in the associated templates. So there's one more dependency we need to install to our project. That is a dependency which is not in the default set of dependencies, and that is the Vue material library. And the website of this project can be found here at vuematerial.github.io, and you can see here on the overview page you have a button getting started, and if I click on the button, here you will find instructions of how to install the Vue material library to your project. And basically we need to do two things. We need to install the Vue-material npm package, and then and you can see it here, include the Roboto font and the icon set from Google's content delivery network here, by just copying those two link elements to our index.html file in the project. Okay, so let's begin with installing the npm package. I'm switching back to the terminal window, and I'm stopping the web server here for a moment, and then use the command npm install Vue-material. That's the name of the library, and I'm also passing over the --save option for making sure that the Vue material dependency is also added to the list of dependencies available in the package.json file. Okay, so let's install it. It's downloaded and again installed into the Node modules folder of the project. Okay, here we are. You can see installation has been completed successfully, and the next step is to load our project into the code editor, and I'm using Atom here in that case, so I'm launching Atom here in the project directory. Okay, here it is. Okay, and then I need to open up index.html, go back here to the website and just copy those two link elements here, go back to Atom and insert both link elements inside of the head section here in index.html. Okay. So the next thing needs to be inserted here in the file main.js in the source folder, and the file main.js, as you can see here, is containing the main entry point for the Vue.js application. So Vue, the main framework class, is imported here, and a new instance is created, and that's the entry point of the Vue application. And now we need to add two more import statements here to make the material design components available in our application. So first we need to say import Vue material from Vue-material. That's the name of the library. And we also need to import the corresponding style sheet. That's called Vue-material /dist/Vue-material.css. Okay, with both import statements available, we need now say Vue.use and pass over Vue-material. That is configuring the framework so that it knows that there is a plugin available, Vue-material, and that those plugin is loaded. And by loading Vue-material, we make the material components available to our application. Okay, so let's start using some of the material components. First, we need to open app.vue. That's the place where the main Vue.js component of our application is implemented. And you can see the file is already containing the default implementation of app component, and we now need to start implementing the user interface for our sample application by first deleting the template content, which is here inside the div tag with the ID of app assigned. So let's remove it. And we can also remove here the components property in the component configuration object, because we do not want to use the hello component, which is available here in the components folder. We do not want to include the hello component. We are just using the app component here. So we have no dependency to the hello component here. So let's remove it. Okay. Okay, so let's start here in the template. The first element we want to use in our user interface is a material design card, and we can include those cards by using the md-card element here. Okay, and the card consists of two sections. One is the MD card header section. Okay, not MD card header. Okay, let's close it here. And the second section we need to include here is of course the md-card-content section. Okay, so within the header of the card we are including first a title. Let's give our application a title, and we do so by using a div tag here and assigning the md-title class, which also comes from the material design framework, and we are using the title material design with Vue.js 2 demo here, and let's also include a subheadline. Let's use another div element here, and we are assigning the class of md subhead. Yeah, okay, and let's give a subheadline text here by coding the smartway.com. Okay, so for a moment you can see we have now filled up the header section of the card. The content is just left empty. Okay, before implementing the card content section here, let's switch over to the terminal again and start the development web server again, so that we can already see what's there. And you can see the application is loading again here in the browser, and now you can see here is the card layout. We already have a headline here, and we have a subheadline, and now we can arrange that window here to maybe have it side by side with my code editor, and I just want to remove some of the styling which is included here. So let's remove everything. Only the margin top can be left. Okay, here it is. Okay, so let's continue in the md-card-content section here. The first thing now we would like to do here is to bring in two buttons, and we do so by using the material design component md-button. And the button now needs classes, and one class we are using is md-raised, and the second is md-primary. And then of course we would like to respond to the click event of the button, and to do so in Vue JS we are using the directive v-on colon followed by the name of the event type we want to respond to, and that is of course a click event. And now we are assigning here a string which is containing the event handler method. So let's name it fill table, because if the user clicks here on that button we want to fill the table. Of course we need to implement that method later on. Okay, so let's name the button fill table and close the md-button element here. Okay, like so. Okay, so then we need another button. Again, we are assigning the classes md-raised and md-primary. And we're attaching an event handler for the click event, which is called in that case, let's name it clear table. Okay. Okay, so let's save it and see how the output has changed. Now you can see it's not only containing a card with just headlines, it's also containing both buttons here in the blue layout, in the blue color we have chosen by selecting the class md-primary. Okay, before continuing the implementation of the template by adding the table, maybe let's go to the style section here, and to make the card layout a little bit more visible here on the left border and the right border, let's attach a margin left of let's say 30 pixel, and let's attach a margin right, again 30 pixel, and see how the output changes. Okay, let's save it. Okay, let's remove the space. Okay, here it is. So next add the table to our output, and we do so here under the closing tag of md-card-content, and the table is added by using the element md-table on top. And within that element we first need md-table-header section. Like so. And within the header section of the table we are including md-table-row for the headlines. Let's close it. Okay, so in total our table consists of 3 rows, so we need 3 headlines, and each headline is included by using the md-table-head element. Okay, like so. Let's copy it. Okay, the first column should get assigned the headline first name. The second is last name, and the last one is email. Okay, you can see here it is. And now of course we do not only need a table header, we also need a table body, and the table body is included by using md-table body. Okay. And within that body section, we are again including MD table row. And now, of course, we want to generate a new row for each data item which is available for output. And we do that by using the b-for directive. And let's say contact in contacts. Later on, we will be defining contacts, which will be an array, and that array is filled by using the button fill table, and it's emptied by using the clear table button, of course. So let's first complete the implementation of the template before doing so. And okay, let's close this row here. Okay, within that row, we need to input 3 things for each of the columns. We need to output the corresponding value in contact. And again, we do it by using a new element, which is called md-table-cell. Okay, we need it 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. And now we are using the Vue.js interpolation syntax with double curly braces. No curly braces. Okay, so first we need to output contact.firstName. Then we need to output contact last name. And the last property within the contacts object is called email. Okay, let's save it. Okay, you can see the output has not changed. The reason, of course, is we have not defined a contacts or array already in our application. So there is no data to output, and therefore no table row is generated, only the headlines. And so it's empty at the moment. Okay, so next let's add the context array to the data model of our component. And we do that by going here to the exported component configuration object, which at the moment only consists of the name property, which gets here assigned the value, the string value app. And now we are going to add the data property, which is a function, and the function is returning an object. So return object, which is containing all the data properties we would like to use in our application and we would like to use in our template. And at the moment we are in need of the contacts array, so let's define it here. So contacts, and let's say it's empty by default, so it has no items assigned. I'll save it here. You can see here in the output nothing is changing. And now we need to implement the 2 methods fill table and clear table. And we do that by adding another property here, and that property is called methods. And methods is an object containing the implementation of both functions. So fill table first. Okay, it's a function. And we are implementing the fill table function by adding data to the contacts array. So we would like to have 3 items inserted here by that function. So let's start this contacts, and we are using the push function here. Okay, and push is getting passed in the object we would like to insert as an array item. And of course we are needing an object here which contains 3 properties. The first property is first name, Okay, let's assign my name here. And the second property is last name. And the third property is, of course, email. Okay, and I'm assigning an email address here. Okay, so here we are. Now let's copy that line and insert it a second and a third time. Let's change the values here. So first name, in that case, let's say Bill. We have last name, Smith, and I need to change the email address string as well. And in the third item here, I choose as first name and as last name, let's say Parker, and email address as well, a.parker. Okay, so now we have 3 items being inserted here by the push calls to our array. And okay, let's implement clear table as well. Okay, it's again a function, of course. And in this case, we want to empty the table, and we do that by emptying the contacts array. And this is done by calling the splice method, and we splice all the elements out. So from 0 to this contact's length. Okay, here we are. Okay, then finally check the result here in the browser. And now again, you can see the output has not changed yet. That is okay, because initially the contacts array is empty, and then we need to call the fill table method by clicking here on that button. And if I do so, you can see the table is filled here with 3 items. That is a result we have been expected to see. And now I can remove everything which is here in the table by hitting clear table. You can see the table is empty now. Everything was removed. So that is exactly the result we would like to have here in our sample application. Thank you very much for watching. This was Sebastian from codingthesmartway.com. If you do like my videos, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, and also visit my website at codingthesmartway.com. Thank you very much again. See you the next time. Bye.